asked me, what are the obstacles for realizing our true nature? There are many obstacles, but also there's just one obstacle. That one obstacle is the belief in separation, the belief that you are some separate entity, a separate doer, the belief that you are a somebody, the belief that you are a person. Now, all these things are really the same thing that I'm pointing to. But as long as you believe that you are some separate entity, a separate doer, someone who's separate from the rest of life, that is the obstacle. And that obstacle could be called the separate self, or the ego, or the body-mind, all basically referring to the same thing. So just like any other limited belief, which in fact I point out and say that all beliefs are limited, all beliefs are limitations. So in order to let go of any belief, any limited belief, we have to see very clearly that what we are holding on to is a limitation. And this is a challenge because we can't let go of a limitation. We can't let go of a limited belief until we really become aware of how much of a limitation it is. So it's only when we see the belief to be a limitation, and it's only when we see through the belief, it's only when we see that the belief is actually a lie. Because when we say that we're going to believe in something, what we're really saying is we believe it to be true. And we're saying we believe it to be true, but we really don't know. If we can be radically honest, we don't know. And so long as we're not looking at these beliefs and questioning them, then it just remains a belief. And that's how you basically see through this limitation, believing that you are a limited, separate self that is separate from life. It only remains a belief because you haven't looked at it closely. You haven't questioned it. So that's where I've posted some videos that really start questioning these things. And it's up to you to stick around and watch that video and start looking at it for yourself. Don't just believe in it. Don't make another belief system. Oh yeah, I believe that I'm one with life. I believe that I am life. I believe that I'm God. I believe that I'm the universe. That would be another belief. That's not what that's not what I'm saying to do. I have no beliefs. Right? I'm asking you to question your beliefs. I'm not giving you anything to believe. I don't want you to believe me. I'm just saying question your beliefs and see clearly. So in the videos, I'm merely just pointing things out by shining the light and saying, look here, what about this? Well, you believe that. Well, look over here. What about that? What about this? What about that? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing that? And if you're looking at the same time as I'm pointing it out, and you are experiencing it directly, which you will be if you're looking, then you'll see that you're looking for this separate self and you'll never find it. No one has ever found a separate self, right? But if you never look, then you never see that this belief in a separate self, this belief in a doer is a lie. And all lies are unreal. And that which is unreal doesn't exist. And when this becomes crystal clear, then how can you hold on to something that doesn't exist? Beliefs are something that we hold on to. How can you hold on to a belief when it's seen so clearly to be a lie, when it's seen so clearly to be unreal, when it's seen so clearly to not exist? You can't hold on to it. At that point, that's when it vanishes. It disappears. And what's left is the truth. Because it's the truth that's seeing through the lies. It's seeing through the lies. It's only the truth that exists. The separate self doesn't realize the truth. The truth realizes the truth. The separate self is not the one who's looking. The one that's looking is the one truth. It's the oneness. It's reality. So that's really the only obstacle. Because so long as you're believing to be a separate self, a separate doer, a separate entity, separate from life, that's really the final obstacle. And you could say it's the only obstacle, because every other obstacle is basically attached to this sense of separation, this sense of separate self. That's why I said, yes, there are many obstacles, but also there's only one obstacle, right? So it's going right to the root that everything else is kind of growing out of. And then you just uproot it. Look closely, and then you're uprooting it. When you uproot it from, it's like when you uproot it from the roots, well, then you remove everything. But if you're going to go and just cut, well, this belief and that belief and this belief and that belief, it's like you're trimming the plant. You're trimming different, leaves from it. But if you just pull it up by the roots, you're taking the whole thing, right? So there's a lot of videos that I've uploaded that are based off of that really kind of look at who you think you are and start realizing that, that's not really what I am, right? I can't be this, because I'm shining the light. I'm getting you to question. But if you don't question, then you don't realize. And that's why it takes courage to question. And that's why it's not for everyone, because there needs to be a level of courage to question, because you have to love the truth. It's the truth loving itself. That's how it comes to the realization, is through love. It's through love. And it's with that love, so much love for the truth, that it's the truth that's going to die for the truth. You gotta love the truth more than anything, right? Which means you gotta love yourself more than anything. Love yourself as truth. And the love is so infinite that you die for it. You surrender to this truth. And it all happens all at the same time. That you see through the lies, you realize that they're lies, and all lies are unreal, and anything that's unreal does not exist. And then love is left. That's the only thing that is. And in this love, it's the only thing that you will surrender to, is this love. So then you surrender, you can say, as the separate self, and there's only truth that remains. And you are that. See you in the next one.